Hello.
Still says 5 waiting.
All right. I think we're good to go. I think we're lagging.
Do you want me to get off the Wi-Fi? Oh,
What's up? Been having a lot of problems lately when we're trying to go live or stream. I think it oh my gosh. I think we're good now. Hello?
yeah, I have
Looks pretty good.
looks solid over here.
How's everybody doing tonight? San says, what's going on? Good to be back. Hello, hello.
What's up?
So yeah, today we're here to talk about our menu for July from Homemade Heroes. We're going to talk about the appetizer, the desast eggs, the entree, raviolo for who was he, Vulcan,
Vulcan.
and the Stay Caesar dark ice cream. So yeah, I mean we don't want to waste too much time tonight because I know Revice has that press conference tonight, but we figured we'd have a little. Oh, we lagging? There we go. I figured we'd have a little live stream, kind of just talk about everything and see if anybody had any questions, or yeah, just kind of talk about it a little bit. How's your day been?
It was fine. Just like other days,
Just another day in the life.
The rush, another day. Yeah,
So true.
just living. How was your day?
I was okay. What did I do today?
What did you do?
What did I do? What did I do today?
You made a TikTok or two,
Oh well, I
couple
put
tickety
sure.
talks.
Yeah, I opened up a box that we got from Super Toys PD, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was nice.
Definitely a cool one.
And yeah, I think I just did some stuff for TikTok today. I kind of didn't want to do some work for the YouTubies. Purple patch in your hair? Yes, I do. I added some pink into my hair and it turned a little bit purple. It's all around my head,
I like the
but
way it turned out.
it's pretty nice if I do say so myself. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the eggs. How did you feel about that recipe, the desest eggs?
It was a good recipe. I'm glad that we revised it.
Yeah,
Um, because we had like an original thing that we had tested out and like that went like pretty okay. Like it went like we had a little bit of trouble and then we fixed it and then like it still really wasn't quite what we wanted it to be. So then we went back and like changed a couple things around and I think it turned out really well. It tasted really good. I think the avocado and like the spiciness of it worked really well together, but also like the sumac was nice because it was like citrusy. Yeah.
nice. I don't know. I just because like when we talked about doing this, we wanted to make recipes that influenced our like creativity from watching these shows. So thinking of a recipe to make for desas, I don't know why I thought fried stuff, but I thought it'd be cool if we did a twist on like a usual recipe, adding that fried element. And like she was saying, when we like went back to the drawing board and talked about the filling, I think making it a green filling as an homage to um, Ren was just a fun little note, which I like. And obviously, like now where we are in Common Rider Saber, spoilers. Obviously, Desast has spoilers for Saber. Desast has passed away, and
Mm,
Ren now has this whole situation that he has, and I I like that, and I like that we were able just in the last minute there, just like add that little Ren homage. So like I like that a lot. The recipe definitely, I think taste wise, it's one of my favorites. And like that's only the first month, but
yeah.
I liked eating them. They were like tasty. I feel like the ice cream I had to be in the mood for, only because it was very sweet for me, which I'll get
Fair.
to in a little bit. But the eggs were just like a nice little treat. If anything, I wish they were spicier.
I could have taken them spicier, I think,
Yeah, I
too.
think maybe a little bit more jalapeno would have been nice.
Yeah.
Sun says you should have added red ginger.
Ugh,
Maybe that could have been nice.
our heart. Our hearts.
um, But yeah, I'm excited that we were able to do something for Saber in the first month because Saber is almost coming to a close. And yeah, no, I'm very thankful for that season, for what it means to us live,
Yeah.
not necessarily what it is as a common writer series, but for what it was for what it is right now for us is a very cool thing. So I'm glad we were able to make like a little recipe for that.
Yeah. It's truly been like a ride, you know? Like there have been ups and downs, but definitely a
Yeah, absolutely.
solid
Um,
year of watching.
yeah, for sure. And like I thought that the first recipe wasn't that hard. I thought it was fairly easy. I think deviled eggs are like kind of like a classic for like parties or like hors d'oeuvre type, appetizers. And playing a twist on it with that whole desert situation. I thought it was fun. Um, so
Yeah. My thought was that the hardest part would be like boiling the eggs, which maybe doesn't seem like it would be hard, but I've definitely messed up like plenty of boiled eggs in my time.
same,
Just
yeah.
like not cooking them enough or cooking them so much that they're like too dry or like you just can't peel them in a way that's like pretty enough. Like I think the hard boiled eggs is probably the most difficult part of that recipe.
I'd agree there
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I think something that I would maybe fix in the past or in the past
I would go
uh
back.
for the future would be maybe using flaming hot red side because the Doritos I
Mm,
think
yeah, that's a
but
good note.
yeah, I feel like if we used maybe red Takis or just flaming hot Cheeto puffs, I feel like it could have been different. But I liked it overall. Again, like the flavor was really nice. Um, Vulcan's Raviolo. What are your thoughts on that one?
Vulcan's Raviolo was definitely the most fun, I think, for me personally. I enjoyed that one the most. Making the pasta blue was so much fun. It was the first time that we worked with butterfly pea flowers, which is what makes the water that you use to make the dough blue. Um, it's also kind of like another difficult thing is like making it so that you cook it and you don't pop the yolk inside or like overcook it when you're boiling the whole thing, and like it's just a really fun recipe to do, and I think I liked that one the best.
Yeah, I think it's it's the most labor intensive, but I think it's the
Mm,
most interactive and rewarding, I would say. Making your own pasta dough from scratch is kind of like making your own bread.
yeah.
Like you have to put a lot of labor into it, but like there's such a satisfaction when you're done making that, because with the dough for the raviolo you have to like work with hand, and like if you have a dough mixer that'd probably be way easier.
Yeah, you needed the
um
heck out of that thing.
but you have to knead at least for 10 minutes, and it's hard, but when you're done, oh my god, it's the best. There's nothing better than, it's like I said, like bread. When you're making homemade bread, there's nothing like finally getting that final product and like cutting a slice of that fresh bread. So like
Yeah.
same situation with the pasta. I think it was very satisfying being able to make something out of that and kind of just, I don't know, be satisfied with how it tasted, but also with how it came out because you work hard on it.
Yeah.
I did you have a thought?
Yeah, I mean the ricotta filling was definitely like a little bit garlicky.
Hmm.
Um I like garlic, so I thought it was good. Pretty sure that you thought it was good as well. Like we both
Yeah,
really liked it. And that's why we put the note about like putting a little bit less if you're like not really super into it, because like it was strong but good. And like the pasta dough was really good too. I think I said it in the video, but like it doesn't take away from the flavor at all. It doesn't have like it's a super distinct flavor, so you're not like, "Oh, this is this thing." It's like just very a very normal pasta experience, and like I think that's really cool too.
shout out to my dude Achilles. The ricotta filling looks so good. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
The problem, I guess, that we put on ourselves with the ricotta filling is that we wanted it to be white because of gnocchi. So like adding herbs, like green herbs, was kind of like out of the question, even though we
Mhm.
wanted to add like like basil or like oregano, parsley, whatever. But because I was so stubborn with just like, we got to keep this white, like it has to be like gnocchi inside of the blue pasta that is Vulcan. um it tastes great, but I feel like adding some stuff to it could have been beneficial to flavor.
Yeah, I think it definitely would have added to it, like, even
Yeah,
more.
absolutely. I think working with butterfly pea flowers was the most interesting part of that recipe. Like, we've never had to like work with that in school or in our like lives as like cooks.
Yeah.
So working with that for the first time for this was just like, I don't know, I think definitely setting us up for more adventurous things in the future, having to work with things that we've never worked with before.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably something that I would use again in the future to make something else blue. Because
Making
they're cool.
everything blue.
Yeah, exactly. Blue rice.
Blue bread.
It's coming. Blue bread? Oh my god. That's so sick. Yeah, exactly. So like there's a lot of things we could do there. Something I was bummed when I was like editing the video. I saw the final product and it kind of just looked like it looks like Cross Saber. And I was bummed because I was like, oh, well, this isn't a Cross Saber recipe. But like at the end when we have the salt, the pepper, and like the oil on it, it just very much felt like it looked like Cross Saber and like it'd be like a Cross Saber recipe. And then when we popped the yolk, I was like, oh my God, it looks like Saber's Cheeto fingers. Like the yellow from that. I honestly couldn't tell the difference, but I was like, no, it's Vulcan. It's blue. It's Vulcan. Like, we did this. It has to be this way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not like Saber himself, but Saber dish. Saber inspired.
Yeah. What are some other ingredients that y'all want to use for the first time through Heroes Homemade?
Wow.
I mean, we talked about it the other day. Maybe not the other day, but we talked about it recently. We currently, Sophie and I, don't eat a lot of like meat. We've been trying to keep meat to a minimum, so we have like a lot of vegetarian meats and like stuff like that. And I know on TikTok a couple of weeks ago, on food TikTok, I should say, there was like the fake chicken that people made out of like a seitan dough. That's basically just like flour that you knead until all the starch and like gluten is out, or whatever the science is. I don't really know. But making that fake chicken from scratch, I think would be cool one day.
Definitely would be cool. Definitely would be a first.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
I'm
good to try it.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Let me think of something. Well, something else that I thought of is that like the ube in the other one is something that we hadn't used before that turned out pretty well.
Yeah. I think that's it about the entree, because we can get into the dessert now if you want, because I wanted to say something about the ube. I thought the ube extract was cool, and you kind of got that essence of ube, but I feel like if we had ube powder or something else to add, I feel like we would have had more of an ube flavor.
Yeah,
so I think that's what I'll say to anybody maybe trying out the recipe. While the ice cream is a beautiful Stacy purple and it did have that essence of ube, it could have had a more intense flavor, which I honestly wanted, because to me, which this is what I was talking about earlier, it kind of was a little bit too sweet for my liking, in the sense where it tasted a lot like sweetened condensed milk, and that's just the recipe that we used. So like I said in the video, there's other ways to make ice cream, a bunch of different ways, but that's just the easiest way to make ice cream. So I think that's my only note. I wish it tasted more like ube and less like sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah, it was definitely very like low-key of a flavor. The only thing that I really got from it was like a nuttiness, and that was like the most that I felt like I could taste that was different than like just the cream and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going into it with any like, I knew it was going to be a tame flavor, only because of just like what it is. It's like a purple yam, so like I knew it was going to be, if anything, like earthy or mellow.
Fair.
But I've seen a lot of desserts with it, so I feel like maybe it's a good base for sweet things.
Because it doesn't have like too much going on.
Right, and that's me just going by ube extract. I'm not going by the ube powder or just like ube in general. Like I'm sure if you just handed me a purple purple sweet yam or whatever, I'd be I would yeah, this is sick, but it would probably taste different than the extract. Real quick in the chat.
Wow.
Are you going to react to Revi's trailer tonight? If there's a trailer, maybe. I wanted to watch the press conference, but we might bleed into that a little bit. This video really is for y'all who are chilling with us tonight, but also for anybody else who comes back at another time and watches this video. So I kind of want to make sure we touch all the bases we want to touch tonight.
Yeah.
And if we go into Revi's press conference, I understand if people leave, but you can come back to this video later on and watch the rest of it. The Stay Caesar ice cream video has to be one of my favorites from Heroes Homemade. Yo, thank you so much. Honestly, I knew that was going to be like fun. I knew that even if people didn't try it out, they would have fun watching it because like it's a really colorful recipe.
Yeah.
But like it really is Stacy in dessert form, which is something that I want to like have as like the bar, right? Like I want that to be in the other recipes. Like I want people to watch those in the essence of like, oh, this is supposed to be this person, but in food or dish form or whatever,
Yeah.
Okay, a little laggy there. My favorite too, I definitely want to try the dessert. Hell yeah. If anybody, shout out to anybody that tries these desserts. As always, feel free to tag us on the interwebs, on all the socials, #Heroes Homemade. Thankfully, shout out to, I believe his name is Christian on Twitter. He wrote Heroes Homemade correctly. And I noticed, and I was like, we've been spelling it incorrectly this whole time. So that was something that I was stressing about. I think it was like after I posted the raviolo recipe. I was like, oh my God, like, no. That was so embarrassing. But shout out to Christian. He definitely hooked that up, helped us out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to try all the recipes. Andres, that would be so sick. If you try any of them, let us know, send us a picture. I want to be posting pictures of when people try out the recipes. I want to put those in the future videos just because like it's fun, and if people go through the trouble of actually making them, I want them to like feel good knowing that like we actually notice and we give a fuck.
Yeah, we really want people to make these things. Like whenever we're talking about like what we should do or like ideas for everything, it's always like what are people gonna want to make, but also what's like interesting and fun to look at, fun to watch, but like fun for us. So like there's a lot we're considering, but we really want you guys to like make the stuff at home so that we can see.
Yeah. And to be honest, I zoned out for a second. So if I repeat what she just said, disregard this. But something that we take into consideration when we do like develop recipes, like how easy is it going to be for the viewer? Like, is this going to be somebody that anybody can make? Because we don't want to only make recipes that like foodies are going to make or that people that are like inclined in cooking can make. We want to be able to make recipes that people can do with friends or they can try out together for the first time and be like, all right, we tried this recipe and it was a little hard, but like we kept going and like it's good and like it's cool. Something I've been telling people off camera when I mention Heroes Homemade is that we want to have this theme of the Ratatouille movie had that in that movie they have like the anybody can cook message, and I feel like we're right there. Like I feel like anybody, if they try them out, they can make some sort of version of what we're making, whether they go 1-to-1 or if they replace one ingredient here and there. I think that's the beauty of cooking. Like it doesn't have to be a replica of what we make. Like you make your own version of what we make, but hopefully with these videos you can find like a nice guideline to kind of like make your own fun stuff at home. So,
I think that's kind of how we think about cooking in general.
Yeah.
That like most of the time, like a lot of stuff has been done So like you can always pick and choose between things that people have made and kind of like take a little bit here, take a little bit there, like understand that thing that that person's doing and maybe
Right.
try doing that yourself. And like it's kind of like a mishmash of like all the stuff that you see and like eat yourself. So
Yeah, absolutely. Sansan says, I know you're asking a few questions, but I'm going to answer. Oh, no, you just have one question. Do you have any ideas for a 0-1 dish? We do. And I don't want to spoil dishes before they come out, but I can tell y'all that we have a bunch of dishes in mind. 0-1, the writer, not just the show, 0-1 definitely has an idea. Like we have an idea for that.
I think the show too, though, we also have
We have a
couple
few ideas.
I mean, like, or
yeah, it was one of the first
yeah,
ones.
it was
I would
like one
say.
of the first things that we came up with to do when we were like originally writing ideas, and then we were like, all right, that's the one.
Yeah, and with that, there are going to be more 0-1 recipes. Not to spoil too much, but there's a Matsuba Jinrai thing that we have planned. I want to say that it's pretty solid. And there's maybe even something for Valkyrie, so that'll be fun. Real quick, I saw a question I wanted to answer. Omega RX asks, when are you guys doing the spicy Q&A? So the spicy Q&A is going to be a 2,000 subscriber celebration. It looks like I lagged a little bit there, so I'm just going to say it again. It looks like I lagged a little bit, but hopefully you guys got it. I made a post about it. I made a post about it in our community page. We really want to have like a fun, cool celebration type video for 2,000 subscribers, and we've never done like an official Q&A, so we want to gather up a bunch of different questions from like social media and from wherever else to kind of make a really fun video, Hot One style, because we love watching Hot One interviews, and I love spicy food. Sophia is not a huge fan, but she's willing to go through the challenge for the content, I would say.
Yeah, I can definitely handle some spice, but there's a point where it's like, and that's how I feel.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Ultraman Trigger yet? And is there going to be any Heroes Homemade for Ultraman? So I definitely want to get into like Heroes Homemade with Ultraman. I want to do some Ultraman recipes. I can already start thinking of stuff for Rube, like the red and blue. Like there could be something there. But we haven't seen Trigger yet. It's in the books. Oh my gosh! Hopefully we can see that at some point. But yeah, that is in the books for sure. That is in the plans, I should say.
Definitely written.
Absolutely. Shout out to Rebel Friend for the $5 super chat. That's absolute work, folks. Yo, thank you so much, Rebel Friend. Gaim, we have a whole month planned for Gaim. I like to think of it as like a Gaim Palooza, essentially, for Heroes Homemade. But hopefully we'll have more than for Gaim. We definitely want to do something special because of the fruit and nut aspect. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that super chat again.
That's actually a pretty good segue.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me make sure nothing here. Cryo Ann, I am not the person to ask that question. We're going to get interviews from actors from Japan or Power Rangers. No idea. I wish I knew as well. Hello, both of you. How are you enjoying Zenkaiger, Saber, and Dino Fury?
Wow.
So not really a topic for this video, but just so we can answer that right away. We're enjoying all those shows.
All of them, yeah.
I'm excited for Saber to end, and that's how I feel about that.
I'm there with you. I'm there. I don't know if I'm like excited for it to end, but I am interested to see how it ends, and I'm interested to see what else we're gonna do.
Yeah. And speaking of what else we're going to do, we wanted to tease some recipes because I tweet about every day. I'm always posting one or a couple of things on Twitter. So if you want to stay up to date with us a little bit more, feel free to head over to our Twitter and maybe our TikTok and all the other social media.
Maybe our other stuff too.
But we did want to talk about the recipes for August because we're very excited always for new stuff for the channel. And every time there's something new, I'm going to be super excited and hype it up. So I guess we should tell them. We should tell them what it is.
I feel like we tell them
who it's inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Because we don't want to give away too much.
I almost told you guys what the recipes were.
We're not talking dishes. We're talking characters, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's it.
Muhammad says, "Oh, sorry for that. I didn't mean to interrupt the subject of the video. No problem at all. I just wanted everybody to know that today was just about Heroes homemade stuff. I'm sure we can set up a live stream too soon to just talk nerd out, just like nerd out. Because I understand we haven't done a live stream in a little bit.
We definitely haven't.
Yeah. So thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go backwards. Let's start with dessert.
Ooh.
Okay. So dessert for August is going to be a recipe. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. Let's be real, everybody. We were going to do a Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger dessert. Okay. And what's very exciting but very disappointing about that is that we wanted to do two different cakes, if you will. We were going to do two different style crepe cakes. And if you've never had a crepe, it's basically just like a very thin pancake, and usually French, I would say. Yes. But it could also not be French. However, we tried the recipe. We were filming it, and we were like, "Hey, this is it." But then when we actually finished our dish, it looks like shit.
I literally have on video. I was taking a video, and he was like, or no, you have it on video because we were like finishing it, and he was like, it kind of looks like shit.
Yeah, and that's when I realized I was like, the Lupin versus Pat crepe cakes aren't the way for August. Like, we can't do it.
Not the one.
So we were going to do Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger crepe cakes. However, that had to get 60. No, oh my God, I was going to say 69.
86.
86.
Had to get on the chopping block.
Yes, 86. That is a kitchen term for the non-kitchen heads out there.
Kitchen heads.
Yeah. 86 basically means we're out of it. It's gone.
No more of it.
No more of it.
Don't let anyone else order it.
Right. So we're not going to do the crepe cakes. What we are doing for dessert for August is we're going to be doing a Two Kaiser inspired dessert. Mm-hmm. So everybody seemed to like the Stacy dessert, and somebody had mentioned in our comments, I'm so sorry I don't have your name right now. They mentioned that they wanted to see a Two Kaiser type situation, and I thought that was very smart. So yeah, no, we're going to be doing a Two Kaiser themed dessert for August, and I'm very excited for it personally. I know you're pretty excited, I would say.
Definitely excited.
Don't want to speak for you, but I'm very excited.
You could.
Yeah, because if there's one thing that Two Kaiser is he's gold. And
yo-ho-hoy.
I'll leave it at that. Our entree for August. What's
Real
up?
Quick, I just wanted to say hi to Cosmic.
Oh, hey Cosmic.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been reading the chat. What about making donuts from Wizard? Yeah, somebody had mentioned that maybe on Twitter or in the comments if we were making plain sugar donuts. I assure you that that's going to happen at some point.
On the list.
Something we realized, though, is that donuts aren't super easy to make. So we would maybe want to try to find a very basic recipe and or just like build up to that so we don't just like bombard everybody with difficult recipes right off the bat. But plain sugar donuts are absolute. They're on the way. Sorry, I just thought that we got QP mayo today. That's like a beast thing, so I'm super excited about that. I should have brought it for the live stream. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. The entree for August will be a Gaim-themed dinner. Entree, however you would like to phrase that.
Gaim himself,
orange buddy, not the season Gaim. Hired entree, and we're very excited.
Yes,
for this one specifically, and we can't wait for everybody to see it. And just to I know it's 10 o'clock right now when we're filming this. I know people are going to start heading over to that revised press conference. Our appetizer for next, I think it's going to come out in like a week or two. It's very soon for August. Will be how do I put this? How do I put this without spoiling it? Because this one's easy. This one's easy to get. Okay.
It's.
I don't want to say the character because if I say the character, it's very easy. So the appetizer for August for Heroes Homemade is a SPD inspired appetizer, and that's all I will say. And hopefully some very cool stuff planned for the appetizer for August. I will not say anything because I don't want to jinx anything.
Nope.
But some very cool stuff planned, and I hope that it follows through because we are very excited for that.
Definitely very excited.
Right, and if you guys know better, you would listen to Cosmic in the chat.
She got it immediately.
On it. Sick, yeah. I mean, overall, I'm sure people haven't tried the recipes yet, but we do want to do a live stream at the end of every month just to see if people did try them and have any questions for us, or maybe just want to talk about the recipes. But these live streams specifically will be focused on food videos. Like they're going to be focused on Heroes Homemade. Any other live streams, we'll make it known there for nerding out and for asking us all the good normal questions. But for these live streams at the end of the month, they will be specifically catered to all the recipes that we did throughout the last couple of weeks. And we thank you guys so much. Seriously, like I can't. My words aren't even words at this point. I'm just mumbling, but I'm amazed at the support that we've gotten these last couple of weeks. And this is only the beginning for Heroes Homemade. Obviously, Pronghorn Heroes is we actually turned a year, I think, this month or last year. Pronghorn Heroes this channel has been here since 2018.
A minute.
But Pronghorn Heroes, we were a year, I think, a couple weeks ago or something.
Right?
It was towards the end of June.
It was like after our birthdays.
So it feels good. And I think it's that time to wrap it up. But I will say, again, thank you all so much for supporting this little series that I was hesitant to bring and that we both worked very hard on and we both continue to work hard on because tomorrow we're going to start filming and cooking the recipes for August. So we're very excited to continue doing this, and we hope that you all share it with your friends, kind of show some support in that aspect because you trying it at home with your friends or family is supporting us in one way or another. So with that, we will sign out for now. But no, Cosmic, y'all are gonna watch the conference after this? Definitely, absolutely. We again, I'll stop thanking you all. We will talk to you all soon, and don't worry, the reactions are coming.
They're on their way.
So
they're always coming.
Much love to you all. Have a bye.